Good morning and welcome to Wake Up with Jay. Today's topic is fear, the dream killer. So, after the next 10 minutes max, we're going to have some answers as to why fear is a dream killer. So, come and go along with me. Let's start out with Jay's, not quote for today, Jay's scriptures for today. All right? The first one is 2 Timothy 1:7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. Now, with a sound mind, I would say you could think for yourself, right? Okay? You can interpret what is right and what is wrong, what is real and what is not real. The next one is Isaiah 41:10. Now this one encourages us because it says, do not fear. I'm going to repeat that. Do not fear. I am with you. Do not anxiously look about you, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Surely I will help you. Surely I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Has anyone ever seen the picture of the footsteps in the sand? Okay, and you see two people walking, and there's only one set of footprints. And, all of us know that's because God is carrying us. Okay, this is something when we forget about. I had to repeat that because we do forget about that God is always with us. All right. Now, of course, that's for us that believe in God. Let's get on with the subject matter for today, which is fear, the dream killer. All of us have read this. You can Google it in. The failure rate for a new business, all right, is 98%. That means 98% of the people that go into business are failing. And when you ask yourself why, you sit back and look at it, one of the first things, you can come up with a lot of reasons, all the guys that have enough money, etc. and so forth, okay? But one of the biggest reasons I'm playing with the screen, so please forgive me. One of the biggest reasons that he failed, okay, is a word called fear. Fear of failing is one of the leading, I guess you want to say, syndromes, or reasons that people don't make it in business. Fear. So I thought, let's go ahead and define our biggest enemy is fear. Let's look into it, find out what it actually is. Okay. Now this is what I found in the dictionary, so please bear with me. It says fear is an emotional response to a perceived threat. Notice what I said. Fear is an emotional response to a perceived threat. Perceived is the word. Okay? You thinking that it's possible it's going to happen, it doesn't mean that it is. It's a perceived threat. It is a basic survival mechanism occurring in response for a specific stimulus, such as pain or the threat of danger. Now, first of all, if any of us feel a pain, let's say in the left side of our body, in the chest cavity area, the first thing we think of, we start panicking because we believe we're going to have a heart attack. It could be indigestion, okay? So right away, we are programmed, I said, okay? Because we're not born with fear, so we're programmed to say, heart attack, fear, which actually makes the matter worse than what it really is, okay? I've seen people go to the hospital and end up, it was an indigestion, pain. And they call the ambulance and everything. That's crazy. All right? Let's take on another one. And I'm repeating this, and I'm very sorry, but the truth is we're not born with fear. We learn fear. And we actually let fear take over our lives. Fear gives us what I call I can't syndrome. I like this one. I can't call that person. I'm just saying you have your own multi-level marketing business. And one of the things that you have to do sometimes, you have to use the telephone. I can't do that. I can't talk to a stranger on the telephone. I can't. You hear what I'm saying? I can't. Or Sometimes you go out and you approach people on the street. I can't do that. I can't approach a stranger. I can't. I can't. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't. Well, stop. Just stop it. That's crazy. What is the worst thing a person could say to you if they approach you? No, I'm not interested. No. So, is it the fear of no's? You know, I had a guy on my show. I need to get him back on. He wrote a book on that. So, is it the fear of no's? Is that what it is? Huh? You know, I was taught a long time ago in business that, you know, every no, you should be happy because it leads you to a yes. You know? And thinking this about no's. I've been in sales a long time. And I learned this a long time ago. I cannot, how do I say, service everyone. I mean, for years, 30 years, I was in financial services business. I've done, I don't know how many seminars. I guess I would say hundreds of seminars, if not thousands of seminars in 30 years. Okay, and I always tell the people right there, I say, you know, I look at it and I say, you know what? I know that I could help everyone in this room with their finances, but I can't. And they look at me like I'm crazy. And what I'm trying to say is that a personality plays a part in there. Someone might not like my mustache. They might not like the way I used to cut my hair. I don't have a choice now, okay? They might not like my beard. I don't know, okay? But it's so there's a personality that plays a part. So in approaching someone, we have to understand that. Because remember, when you approach someone, you got 3 seconds to make an impression. I'll give you a little tip. I have a friend, he's in the real estate business, okay? For years, he would go to Starbucks every morning with 10 business cards, okay? He would start out in Starbucks. His day would not end until he met 10 people and just gave them his card. You'd be surprised at the phone calls that he got because of that, okay? So, knock fear out the window. Now, I like to say this. Right now, I want everybody to go back to when they were 3 years old. Because one of the biggest combats of fear, as far as I'm concerned, is that we have to go back to develop the mind of a 2 or 3-year-old child. I have a 3-year-old grandson. When he comes to the house, I'm in fear. My alert mechanism goes up, and I mean very high, you know. Now, Granny loves him, but I watch him all the time, okay? Because I know, and his name is Kobe, he will do something crazy. He's jumping off the couch. You know, I have a stationary bicycle. This little guy's taught himself to climb up on that bike and ride. You know what I mean? Now, of course, he can't sit on the seat, but he can deal with the pedals. All right? But I'm saying, well, watch him. He does not know fear. He'll go outside, jump on a bicycle, take off. He don't look left or right. You know, I guess he said, well, that's what I got grandparents for. Y'all protect me. I don't care. I'm doing it. All right? But this is the mindset that we have to be successful. You have to kick fear out the window. I call it combating fear. Okay? You know, let me give you an example. And one of the best ways of combating fear is by facing it. You have to face it. Okay? This is me. I can remember when I was about 10 or 11 years old. I used to have a terrible fear of thunder and lightning. Can anybody put their hand up on that one? Okay? I used to think it was one of the most scariest things in the world. You know, and I'm willing to bet it used to come from those old black and white spooky movies we used to watch, okay? But my father, he was crazy. He used to turn all the lights off in the house, and we'd sit there and watch one, but that was fun. Anyway, I had to get rid of it. So what I did was one night, and remember, I'm only 10 or 11, you know, so I'm kind of almost grown up, but I'm not really, okay? And when thunder would start, I'd be the guy under the blanket. I mean, really just peeping out from underneath the blanket. You can imagine this, right? So one night it hit me. You know, I said, this is crazy. I'm 11 years old. I'm still scared of lightning and thunder. I got out of my bed. Now keep in mind, I live in Atlantic City, New Jersey, 3 blocks from the ocean. Normally over the ocean, lightning is the most powerful, okay? And I threw open the blinds in my room. I pulled them all the way up. There was, you know, nothing could block it. Took the blanket, threw it off the bed, and I made myself lay there and watch it. Now, do you know what happened? After a little while, I got to noticing the different streaks of lightning in the sky, to even see how it colored the sky in different ways. I came to like it. Now, don't get me wrong. I respect lightning. I know what it can do to you. But at the age of 11, 10 years old, 10, 11, I overcame my fear because I stood up to it. I stood up to it. Okay? And I'm telling you, you can do the same thing. You can overcome your fears by just standing up to them. Okay? Let's try this. You're in business. Oh yeah, the thunder. I got to tell you about the thunder. I can't forget that. You know, what I did with the thunder, I remember what Grandma used to say. You know, she said, children, when you hear thunder, it's God talking. He's letting you know that he's not pleased with what's going on down here. Okay? And I started repeating it to myself right there when I was sitting there watching the lightning. And you know something? It was funny. I was using affirmations. And I didn't know I was using them. Okay? So, to get rid of fear, the biggest thing is to face whatever the challenge is. Let's take, you're in business, and one of the things you're required to do is to make phone calls. Make phone calls. I don't care if you stutter through it, whatever, make the phone call. All the person can say is, no, I'm not interested. Or if it's that you have to approach someone on the street, you know, approach them. You got a script. Yeah, you might sound stupid the first couple of times, but approach them. Get over it. Okay? All they can say is no. Oh, is it that you're afraid of no's? Okay? I had a guest on my show. Maybe I need to get him back on. He wrote a book about no's. You know, and of course in it he says what you've probably heard if you're in business a while, okay, that a no, you should be happy about it because it's going to lead it to your yeses. Remember I said you cannot please everyone. You cannot service everyone. Okay? I believe in the 3-second rule. Positive affirmations. That's a good one. I have no fear. I have no fear. Or God did not give me the spirit of fear. I have no fear. I can do any. This is a good one. Okay, especially for spiritual folks. I can do anything through God who strengthens me. And repeat that as often as necessary to help you overcome the problem. Okay? Or let's try Mr. Obama's theme. Okay? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Or Nike, just do it. Just do it. Okay? These are just some ideas that can help you to combat that word fear. Because I like to open the paper one day and see that 98% ratio go down to 95%, to 90, to 80. Okay? That means more people are fighting their fears. Say this in leaving. Folks, we're not born with fear. God does not give us the spirit of fear. Okay? And yes, even at my age, I still fight it sometimes because I let it slip in. I have to use affirmations. I'm human, just like you. But you can overcome your fears and you become successful, okay? And then you can go out and pass on what I'm telling you to somebody else, which means you're blessing them. So I'm going to end this one just like I do every other one and say, please go out and bless someone today. And when you're there, tell them I sent you. Jay, bye now. Love you guys. See you later.